Fill up that world's greatest boss mug because we have a list that is sure to make you declare
bankruptcy!
Welcome to Ranked, the show where we rank everything. Before we jump in, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified about all of our new videos as they drop. The magic of television. It often lets the talent who aren't featured in the scene to leave the set and spend some time in their trailer so they can go yell at their agent or eat big grapes, whatever actors do. But since The Office is based in such a realistic setting, some of the cast members like Leslie Baker and Angela Kinsey both found themselves spending overtime in the background of scenes, just pretending to do menial office work for hours at a time. This makes all of those background moments even more amusing. Anytime you saw a talking head sequence in the show, the actors behind the main character in the scene had to stay in character and had to keep looking busy. The classic conference room interview shot left Stanley right in plain view of the camera. In a Reddit AMA, Leslie Baker says that he usually spent his forced computer time online shopping. Angela Kinsey, who plays Angela, said on her podcast, The Office Ladies, that other than games and instant messenger, she sometimes spent her computer time paying bills. Classic accountant move. Before taking the desk at Dunder Mifflin as the regional, what do you do exactly?
Excuse me.
The writers had been building a maze of confusion around Creed since early in the series. Here is what we know.
Nobody steals from Creed Bratton and gets away with it.
The character Creed Bratton, played by an actor named Creed Bratton, took on his current identity in an unusual way. In a deleted scene from Season 3's The Convict, Creed says that he took the name and assumed the identity of a man named Creed Bratton while in prison.
I love stealing things.
What happened to the real Creed? Do we want to ask? Here's more fun the writers had. In Season 4, his real name is revealed to be William Charles Schneider, and he's got a passport to prove it. William Charles Schneider just happens to be the legal name of the actor who goes by the stage name Creed Bratton. Well played, writers. Well played. Oh, Gabe. Poor Gabe. A skinny human punching bag for Joe and Kelly and eventually the whole office. But that never stopped Gabe from being his true self, even if it usually makes him seem like a total creep. He's eager to share his love of erotic horror movies. He knows the secrets of ancient Chinese herbs and even donned an impressive Lady Gaga costume. In fact, Gabe's Halloween spirit knows no bounds. When he's asked to participate in a skeleton dance with Kelly and Toby at the first and only Halloween party of the Robert California era, he happily accepts, getting to join in on a group thing. But problem is, Gabe, he's a tall guy. So if you look carefully, you'll notice that poor tall Gabe had to buy 2 skeleton costumes and sew them together in order to make the whole thing work. That's a team player. Go Gabe! In the cold open to the Season 4 episode Launch Party Part 1, the staff sit through a staff meeting, all their eyes transfixed on a bouncing DVD screensaver. When the box finally lands in the corner of the screen, the entire room erupts as if they just won a Flonkerton race. This moment has spawned countless memes and, let's be honest, changed the way we look at those DVD screensavers forever. Turns out this classic moment is even more hilarious because it was based on real life. According to episode writer Jennifer Collada, the DVD screensaver game was something the Office writers would actually play while sitting through long production meetings. The scene itself had a bit of movie magic, though. First of all, there was no DVD logo, and the cast reacted to a blank blue screen. Now that is some acting. This allowed the post-production team to create a CGI DVD screensaver that is timed perfectly to everyone's pre-taped response. This is an Easter egg that had been planned by the show's creators since the beginning. An Easter egg so hidden, so abstract, that it didn't even hit the mainstream until 14 years after the show premiered. It's funny, but more in a bleak, surreal, Kafka-esque way. Its reveal first came to light in Andy Green's book, The Office, the untold story of the greatest sitcom of the 2000s. The show's cinematographer revealed that the talking head segments were set up in a specific way to subconsciously tell you about the interview subject. Here's how they did it. If a character was hopeful and saw a future for themselves outside the walls of Dunder Mifflin, they would have a window behind them. Jim was the only person with a view to the outside world at first. As the series progressed, Pam and others started to find the light and saw a future beyond paper sales. But those unlucky characters stuck without an outside view, well, enjoy Free Pretzel Day! Throughout The Office's 9 seasons, we get to visit the shining gem of Pennsylvania's freshwater reserves, Lake Scranton. While Lake Scranton is a real place in Lackawanna County, Pennsylvania, the cast and crew of The Office had to find a small lake of their own. It wasn't as easy as it sounds, considering Southern California is basically a desert. The crew had to improvise a location for the episode Beach Games. They turned a small strip of water and sand at the Hansen Dam Recreation Area in the San Fernando Valley into the sandy shores of Lake Scranton, a location that the episode superstar director Harold Ramis described as the bleakest lake you'll find. While filming Beach Games, the cast battled bugs, injuries, and blistering heat on a makeshift beach. Ed Helms lost a fingernail during his sumo match with Dwight, and when it came to a scene where he falls in the water, Ed chose to do the stunt himself. He apparently quickly realized that this wasn't going to be as easy as expected. In an interview, Ed Helms said that the water current was so strong that he had to be held in place by a rope. Despite the chilly water, he was actually able to riff off a few improvised lines that made it into the show.
My name is Andrew Bernard. I was with a group called Dunder Mifflin.
Before Ed's scene, the crew was warned about water snakes. However, Ed wasn't paying attention, and he didn't learn about that little detail until later.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
No snake incidents were reported on set. The storylines that revolve around the party planning committee are like an epic Greek poem. There's love, there's betrayal, and ultimately, murder. The PPC saga is one of the long-running mundane dramas on the show. Who will run the branch party planning committee? Are their decorations up to snuff? The writers expanded on the legacy of the committee over the years, but most of it ended up on the cutting room floor. Did you know Angela had a rivalry with other Dunder Mifflin party planning committees too? We learn in a deleted scene from the episode's launch party that Angela's real rival is across state lines in Buffalo, New York, Denise Dim. We never really hear about Denise again after this party. We can only assume it's because Angela ran her out of the party planning game.
Oh, and Denise, stop telling people your hair's naturally curly. We all know you get perms.
Jan Levinson Gould. She's the closest thing The Office had to a real villain, constantly belittling poor old Michael and even breaking his precious plasma screen TV. The show never hid how awful she was at reciprocating love, whether it be from Michael or in gift form from other Dunder Mifflin employees. In Baby Shower, the staff chips in to buy Jan a brand new baby stroller for her upcoming baby. Fast forward to the end of the episode, and you can spot the abandoned baby stroller unceremoniously left behind her as she drives away. Ugh. And let's not forget her subtle diss to Pam's gift wine in the episode Dinner Party.
Thank you. That's so nice. This will be great to cook with.
The only present she did seem to enjoy was that CD that her former assistant Hunter made for her. Yeah, maybe she liked that gift a little too much. Todd Packer, played by David Koechner, is crude, crass, and incredibly offensive. Pretty much everything Todd says is, well, terrible.
Either this chick is a dude or Halpert got scared straight.
But buried in Todd's frat boy humor is a pretty brainy joke, especially if you fall into the Venn diagram of reptile expert and fan of The Office. Come on, we know you're out there. In Season 7, episode Todd Packer, he's talking to the camera and says, "I'm a huge alligator nerd. I can name you every subspecies, every genus. I'm also a huge boob nerd. Impressive. Except for the fact that alligators are the only members of their genus, and there are no subspecies. Todd's boob knowledge is probably way more robust." And finally, we saved the #1 spot for the boss man himself, Michael Scott, who never lost his childlike wonder or festive spirit. No matter if it's Halloween or Christmas or a send-off for Toby, he always wants to make each celebration as special as possible. When it comes to the annual Christmas party, Michael keeps a small personal tradition alive. Over the seasons, fans have spotted a pattern in Michael Scott's annual Christmas party attire. No matter what, he's always wearing the same Santa Claus tie. The man loves Christmas, after all. We never really get a good look at the tie, but we can tell that it's blue, it features Santa, and some snowman friends. Here's all the times Michael busted out the tie. We spotted in Season 2, Christmas Party, Season 3, Benihana Christmas, and Season 5, Moroccan Christmas. The only time he didn't wear his trusted blue beauty was for the episode Fancy Christmas, when Holly came to visit. Since he and Holly ended up happily ever after, I guess the wardrobe swap paid off. Want to steal his look? Fans on Reddit tracked down the exact tie on Amazon. Of course, it's been sold out forever with no sign of restocking, so it'll be hard to get your hands on one. Okay. And there you have it. Do you have any other favorite small details of the show? Then let us know in the comments below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And be sure to check back next time to find out what else needs to be ranked.